Hey everybody, it is Dak here from TheEdB0ys, and welcome to our RuneScape 2007 1-99 ranged guide. In this guide, I'm going to talk about a quick and easy way to get 99 range, and after that we'll talk about some ways to make money while training your range. Keep in mind, this is not the only way to get your range to 99, this is just my preferred method. Before we get to the leveling guide, I do want to mention one very important item for range training. The TheEdB0ys Attractor and the TheEdB0ys Accumulator, which is just an upgraded version, both pick up your range ammunition that would normally have dropped on the ground. This can save you a lot of time and money if you're not planning on picking your ammo back up. You're going to lose some ammo still, so you won't keep all of your ammunition. It's not like you now have free bolts if you just buy a single bolt. But overall, it's a fantastic item to have, and all you need to do is complete Animal Magnetism, which alone does have some requirements, including 30 ranged, so you can't have the backpack right away. Let's go ahead and jump into the first step of the guide, where I would train really any low combat level, in this case obviously ranged. From level 1 to 20, go ahead and kill some cows. Cows can be super crowded at times, mostly if you're using free-to-play servers, but if you do find it too crowded, the Edgeville Men is a really good alternative. I would use iron throwing knives until 5 range, then you can move to steel knives, which are a little bit pricier, but they're going to rocket your XP rates. From levels 20 to 40, I would move over to Chaos Druids. There's 3 good places to fight Chaos Druids. In the Edgeville Dungeon, which is low-level wilderness, in the house northwest of Ardoin, which requires 47 thieving to get into, and in the Taverley Dungeon, which does require a good agility level to not be a really long run from the bank. I personally always chose to get 47 thieving and just fight the ones north of Ardoin. Chaos Druids don't really give the greatest XP rates, they'll be a little bit faster cows, but you don't need a lot of XP to get to level 40, and with how easy they are to kill, they turn out to be a pretty good moneymaker. For your weapon, I would still use steel knives, though you could upgrade to mithril and even addy during this stage if you have the money to spend on it. You can also get some studded leather armor and a coif to help with your ranged accuracy. For levels 40 to 50, you want to move on to Yaks. You're going to need to start the Fremennik Isles quest to fight these, so if you don't want to quest at all, you could skip this part and move to the next step early. It could just cost you some more money in the long run. I would upgrade to Myth Knives for these guys if you haven't yet, and I'd wear some green dragonhide armor for sure. You can also have high enough range for your TheEdB0ys device at this point, so you should be getting that as soon as possible. If you did the Fremennik Trials to unlock these, you can start wearing a Ranger's Helm with 45 defense. From levels 50 to 75, I would move to Ghouls just northwest of Canifis. This method is a little bit faster than Yaks, but is going to cost you more too. So if you didn't enjoy Yaks for whatever reason, you could potentially stay there for good XP. If you're going to fight Ghouls, you should have access to the Dwarf Multi-Cannon, which does require you to complete the Dwarf Cannon quest. This is not a multi-combat area, so you have 2 different ways to fight them. Just standing next to your cannon and auto-retaliating the ghouls provides pretty solid range XP and uses less cannonballs than running out of the area so that your cannon can hit a bunch at a time. Doing it like this normally costs a lot more, but it's going to give you some more range XP too. But remember, you don't get any hit points XP while you do this. For your weapon, I would use a magic shortbow and the best ammo that you can afford. You can now wear blue dragonhide and upgrade your TheEdB0ys to an accumulator. If you have the money for ranger boots, which are pretty expensive, so I understand if you don't. They are also a solid upgrade, though. You could also get snakeskin boots if you don't have the money for it, of course. Once you hit 61 range, I would switch to a rune crossbow, and if you have 55 slayer, I would also use broad bolts. They're as good as addy bolts, and they're much, much cheaper. During this section, you are going to hit 60 and even 70 ranged. At 60 range, be sure to upgrade to red dragonhide armor, and then at 70 range, be sure to upgrade to black dragonhide armor. But also, if you have the money, you could buy Carol's, which is a degradable armor, but it's much stronger. At level 75, you can now use a Toxic Blowpipe. This is a pricey way to train, but you can manage some really fast XP from it. From level 75 to 90, I would take the Blowpipe into the Nightmare Zone, which is a minigame that lets you refight quest bosses. You need to have done at least 5 quests involved in Nightmare Zone to start. The quests that I use are What Lies Below, the Grand Tree, the Lost City, Vampire Slayer, and the Fight Arena. Once you've done a round or 2 in Nightmare Zone with prayer pots or food, you can buy some absorption potions with your Nightmare Zone points and AFK the zone for some really good XP rates. The Nightmare Zone can be a guide in itself, so if you have any questions about this part, do leave them in the comments section. For the final 9 levels, I would use black Chinchampas at the Manical Monkeys unlocked from Monkey Madness 2. You could also use red Chinchampas if you don't have the money, it will just be a little bit slower. If you don't want to do Monkey Madness 2, or you find this place is too crowded, which is sometimes the case because it is very popular to train here, you can fight the monkeys in the cave from Monkey Madness 1, or continue to do Nightmare Zone until 99 ranged. These Manical Monkeys are a popular way to train range because you can fight so many at a time. They are pretty expensive to fight, but you get some wild XP rates here, so you can wrap up your 99 range in a matter of hours. If you're looking to make some money while you train range, then I'm going to give the same advice that I gave in my 1 to 99 melee guide. There are some monsters like blue dragons, Ankus, and even lava dragons that you can safe spot for some good profit and it really costs you nothing to fight with ranged, but I would always suggest just doing Slayer to make money with combat. Lower Slayer levels can be pretty slow and you don't make a lot of money, but eventually it becomes one of, if not the best money-making skill in the game, so it's very worth getting that level up. This is going to wrap up our 1 to 99 range guide. It's actually one of the shorter 99 guides I've had. We were pretty sweet and to the point, but if you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments section, and I'll get to you as soon as I can. Thanks again for watching, everyone. I hope you got some good information, and best of luck training ranged. Thank you everyone for watching today's video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to click on that like button and tell us what you enjoyed about it. If you're looking for some more RuneScape videos like this one, then be sure to join the cul-de-sac by subscribing for more. We will see you next time.